How many hours a day?
Every day I read. Every single day I read.
How long for on average?
A book a week.
Okay.
Yeah. A book every single week.
What about podcasts and other things, or you just focus on the books?
So yes and no. So for example, the question is the host of the podcast, why are they making the podcast? Are they making it for AdSense? Are they making it for growth? Are they making it for their own personal gain? Or are they doing it for some reason to like give? I love Joe Rogan. I think he's a G, right? He brings in a ton of guests that I like to listen to. But I want to gain an advantage in the marketplace by uncovering the information and the knowledge that is not mainstream. So I'll go to Yandex, which is like a Russian version of Google that is uncensored. And I'll go and like uncover books about the central bank and the history of money and things that are kind of banned and not allowed or censored or things of this nature. And I'll kind of study those things to have an advantage. If everybody's, no offense, right? If everybody's out here reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, what advantage do you have?
Yeah.
If everybody's reading How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, which is a great book, but what advantage do you have?
Yeah.
So you need to be able to acquire information and knowledge that will be able to set you apart. And that means that you have to explore for that information, like a library, right? You can't just go to the most, like the trending section. If you want to go to specific knowledge, you have to search.
How can you decide, okay, this might be legit, or no, this is just a ridiculous conspiracy theory? Because I've kind of gone down that rabbit hole a bit where I would watch a few videos on conspiracy theories, and I'm just thinking, like, as some of these people just making up these theories just to tell a good story and get views.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's two-sided. Like, there's conspiracy theories that I won't even entertain. Why? Well, for the simple fact that they don't benefit my life in any way, shape, or form, right? So people are talking about, oh, the earth is this shape or that shape. Okay, perfect. It doesn't matter if I live on an earth that's the shape of a fucking Dorito chip. Is it going to make any difference to my finances? Is it going to make any difference to my relationships? No. Okay, so I don't care about that, right? I don't care about how the Titanic sank or this bullshit submarine nonsense that was going on Twitter. Like, I don't care why, because it has no foundational difference to my life. How money works has a big impact on my life. How the educational system was conjured up, which is based on the Prussian school system to create workers and basically slave-minded bots. That's a conspiracy that ended up actually being true. So I want to study the things that will actually have a direct impact to the well-being of my life without rabbit trailing too far into, tinfoil hats and the frogs being gay, which, by the way, you know what I'm talking about, which, by the way, ended up being true, because there's actually like chemicals in the water that are effeminizing frogs, which are probably also feminizing women, but or men. But that's a conversation for another time. That's a conversation for dinner.